It's so satisfying when you get jobs done that you're not looking forward to doing. I got the autumn fruiting raspberries done, tidied up the strawberry bed. I've cleared up some mess around here, got the last tree pruned. I've even managed to sort out the last last bit of couche-grass defence. Bit of a shame that I haven't tidied up that bit, but that's another day's job. Oh, and another thing I've done as well, a major achievement. I have done the path around the side of my shed. Oh dear. Nice when a plan comes. Love the plots in this time of year. It's a pleasure being here. Absolute pleasure. Right on the cusp of spring. Lovely. Welcome from a very cool, calm Plymouth. Overcast. Been overcast for a good couple of days now. Today I just want to discuss with you the new potatoes. Now then, we're very mild where we are, so not a lot of relevance to most of you, except if you can get a grasp of the difference in time between our last frosts and yours. So there's a way of doing it. If you go onto Garden Focused and click on my city, Plymouth, put in to focus on potatoes, and you'll see my planting dates and how I've planted these much earlier. Well then, if you click on your planting dates in your own city and compare the time difference, and then add on the same earliness that I did, you can get a head start on your new potatoes as well. So that's the way it can work for you. Give it a try. See how it looks. For the noises of crows and ice cream van. Kids. There'll be a few dogs in it, but you know, it's just the joys of this particular allotment. Anyway, some cold temperatures to look forward to this week overnight. Going well below freezing. Already been below freezing on this plot, and the potatoes are doing just fine. They're still underground, still forming their shoots. They'll be through in about another week, 10 days, something like that. But it's very interesting what a difference this glass has made. So what I'm doing in this video is just showing you some temperature contrasts between the open area, the membrane area, and the area that's had this glass at the top. Quite an interesting difference. So as you've seen on the planting video, this is where I've got the new potatoes and second earlies, mounted up with compost, covered with black membrane. That should be enough to keep the frost off unless we get bananas to temperatures. It's not forecast to get that cold. It's -1, -2, which isn't too bad. It should protect them underneath. There's no shoots coming yet. Great stuff. Now what we're going to do is take the temperature of the next bed over just to see how it looks from an exposed part of the bed. So it's 16 degrees at the top of the soil. Now then, what we'll do now is we'll push it down to see how it is deeper down, and it's about 9 inches down, something like that. And yeah, it's interesting because it's warmer than what I was expecting, considering it has been so cold of late, and it's about 12 degrees centigrade. Underneath the membrane, it's 18 degrees centigrade 1 inch in, but still 12 degrees 9 inches down. Underneath the glass and membrane it's 27 and 14 degrees 9 inches down, so it's 2 degrees warmer. That is a little bit of a surprise. I didn't think glass would have such a big effect on it. And as a side issue, just as a little glance, the tubs of garlic are actually colder still, down at about 11, so it's a degree colder in these tubs. Was not expecting that in the slightest. You knew I was going to spear a potato, didn't you? Yep, I did. So I had to rescue it, and it's a good time to look at it. It's sprouting, roots are forming, it's well underway, so it won't be that long. Let's hope it gets over the stab. In the night time, or should I say early morning, there isn't much of a difference. It's very, very similar in temperatures, both at the surface and well down into the ground. Tiny little bit warmer underneath the membrane generally, but not appreciably so. But the most important bit is that it would have been warmer for majority of the evening. Unfortunately, at the coldest point, just before dawn, it would have dipped down. So there is a possibility of some ground frost, but of course the membrane protects it, protects the potato shoots. Later on in the later on in the video, I will discuss with you very briefly the new potatoes and their growth and their progress, because it's worth updating about that as well. Right, so thank you very much for watching the video. Hopefully you can see how you might be able to do it in your colder climates, and there may be people watching in warmer climates as well. The other one today is an update on the earliest potatoes that I've got in these buckets growing in the greenhouse. They're coming on quite nicely. The variety is called Rocket. It's not going to win any prizes for its looks, but it's just sitting down under the bench in the greenhouse, partial shade, not getting the best light, but because the greenhouse is being kept mildly warm, above 2 degrees, not allowed to go to freezing, but not heated either, it's making use of that temperature. If I'm keeping all these other crops going by keeping it frost free, why not make every piece of ground in here usable? And these will crop very early and provide a money saving crop that will help pay for the heating, or the frost free heating. I hope that makes sense to you. But yeah, so this one's going back down on the floor. I'll show you where they're living at the moment. So here they are, the first 6 out into the buckets. The rest are chitting, or not chitting. I don't really purposely chit my potatoes. I just store them so that you produce strong chits, which is not necessary. It's just the way I like to do it. And my other potatoes are actually in and just starting to come through. These are second earlies here. I'm just going to whiz you around the greenhouse a minute, so sorry about the motion sickness I'll be giving you all. To my other first earlies, they're coming along just fine. This one's almost ready to be planted out. I just want to draw your attention to this one. You can see that the minimum temperature it's been in the greenhouse is 0. Bit too cold really, but never mind, that's the way it goes. Nothing is too harmed. All the rest of the plants, even the tomatoes, are looking pretty good. A bit too cold for them really. I did lose the overwintering pepper by the looks of it. I don't think that one's going to come back, but as you see, all the plants are doing okay. Right, so thank you very much for watching the video. hopefully you can see how you might be able to do it in your colder climates, and there may be people watching in warmer climates as well. Perhaps chance a few potatoes in the same manner. Completely up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. You do as you want to do. It's all fun. Anyway, all the very best. Till next time, keep well.